Of poverty could be explained through an approach called the political economy of poverty. It's very simple in the sense that it combines or analyzes the interaction between two of the main structures we know in social sciences, namely the state and the market. Their interaction is what produces wealth and distribute wealth, goods and services in our societies, and we know markets are very efficient in producing wealth, whatever that kind of markets are. We have different types, but on the other hand, the state have the capability to regulate those markets and to redistribute resources in a different way. How it is done, well, depends on the geographical and historical context. The Norwegian state, the US state, the Argentinian state, the Niger state distribute wealth in different way and organize societies in different way. But right there is the response to your question. How societies produce wealth and how distribute is at the end what causes poverty and what reproduces poverty. We redistribute the wealth in a consistent way with eradication of poverty. We could be able to do that. Of course, there are specific mechanisms that we can use through specific policies to produce that redistribution, and social sciences and poverty study have identified those mechanisms and specific policy that have proved their effectiveness to reduce, alleviate or eradicate poverty. Well, based on the previous diagnosis, what we need to do basically is to distribute according to what we think is a just distribution of the wealth produced in the world. Right now we have more than enough resources to eradicate poverty. Why it is not done? Well, the question again is on the political economy of poverty production. For instance, in the 2008 or the latest financial crisis, trillions of US dollars were used to help the richest of the rich, which are the banks. Had we used that amount of money to eradicate poverty, we could have done that for several years. Why it was not done? Well, that can be also explained using this perspective. The poor are the powerless. Therefore, they cannot use any leverage to influence the political system that distributes the resources and put some boundaries to the market concentration of wealth that's happening all over the world. How can we do that in practical terms? Of course, we can do that through transferences of resources to the poor. It has been proven, it's empirically studied, that cash transfers, conditional or unconditional, are capable of lifting people out of poverty. This has been studied extensively in Latin America and in Africa. We know that works. Other possibility is, of course, the use of some basic income or basic social protection floor that has been also studied and is currently under revision at national and international level. If we read carefully the new Sustainable Development Goals, we can see very clearly that for the first time it combines or includes the notion of social protection floor, that is the provision of some basic securities to all those persons that for any reasons are in need. This covers not only the income aspect or the income dimension of extreme poverty, but also goes and deals with the health dimension of extreme poverty, very important. On the other hand, this is also a response to something that has been approved almost 70 years ago, which is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, that also guarantee that basic floor in the form of well-being and basic provision of goods. So for the first time, we have in paper, in a strategy which is very ambitious indeed, to deal with poverty, to deal with hunger, to deal with inequality. At the same time, we are producing a huge transformation of the patterns of production and consumption. The SDGs, in this sense, is a very ambitious initiative that contains the social protection floor, and I invite to the viewers to go to, for instance, the ILO, International Labour Organization website, to see how these floors are defined and the flexibility they have to be adapted at national level.